Hello, Hadassah Illy here from CME Strategies, and we love to help operations businesses with their systems and processes. Why? It makes your life easier and it helps you find that hidden revenue that was there in your processes. CME Strategies gets their strategies and methodologies from my experience personally in the pharmaceutical industry for 17 years, specifically in manufacturing. And there were opportunities to learn from car manufacturing industries, aviation, and many other ones on Lean Six Sigma, on operational excellence, on problem solving and decision making. And how that helps you is we come in with a critical eye on your process the way it is and see how we can squeeze out more product impact, more revenue, less time that is not really of value to your company. So we're going to jump in. I want you to leave today with knowing at least how to do one thing, and we're going to go over a SIPOC. So if you can pay attention to the screen, the SIPOC stands for supplier, input, process, output, customer. And in there, you're going to focus on a process. You've worked knowing about your client journey. Your client journey is your experience with your customer or client from the beginning to end, and how you engage with them. One part is your collecting payment. Collecting payment on time is what we're going to focus on in this example. All right? So for your process in this column, you can see we're going to look at prior to due date, on due date, and after due date. Let's say you have a payment platform, and your payment platform sends your email on the day of the agreement. Okay, you and the company, you sign saying this is what we're going to do. We agree to proposal. You're going to send another message 2 weeks prior to the due date. You're going to send another one a week prior. You're going to send another one the day of. I don't know if you're doing this manually, but I would highly suggest as a process expert that you're going to have this automated. You're also going to have something come out on the due date at 6 a.m. Then after the due date, this is what happens if you have to go there. You're going to have an email come out at 6 a.m. the day after. You're going to have your accountant call. Now it's not a robot, right? You're going to have an accountant call at 9 o'clock on day 2 after to inform them of the late fee that is coming if they don't reach it. 7 days in, you're going to have a platform automatically add a late fee to their invoice. How does this happen? 2 things. You need the people involved in your supplier, so that's your supplier. In this scenario, you're going to have accounting. That accounting department is going to be important for setting this up, all right? And then next, you're going to have a payment platform, whatever your invoicing system is. Your input is going to be that customer invoice. It's going to be set up, and it's going to have these workflows built in to communicate with your client or customer. And then you're going to have a signed contract with the explicit language to have this late fee. All right, with the language of the late fee. All right, now your output. This is what you want. You want timely payment. You want no backlog of money coming in for accounts receivable. And who's the customer? It's typically a person, I'll let you know that, but I'm going to say your bank account or your company all together. Let's say your CFO, your Chief Finance Officer. Let's do that. All right, so take a moment and look at this. What did we do here? We chose a process, we broke it down. This is how I'm going to pivot you to another tool that we're going to talk about in theory. I won't have the time to go over it, but we can certainly do that if you we'll have our contact information for you, and you can learn how to, actually, it's easier to just do it. Let's just go in there, have CME Strategies do that for you. So the process you see in the middle aisle, in the middle column, is detailed, but it can get more detailed. When you do value stream mapping, we're going to map every step in a rectangle, and you're going to have arrows, directional arrows, and you may even have some steps that run concurrently. They might be on top of each other, but you're mapping it out as granularly as possible from beginning to end. And then you're going to take a critical eye, or someone like myself would come in. CME Strategies will look at what can be removed, what can be reduced, and you're going to get data for as many of those steps as possible to get that decision. And then that's how you're going to have a refined process for more output. So that is value stream mapping in the short. That is not something that can be done typically in an hour and a half. That is a full engaged interaction with a process expert or a Lean Six Sigma expert like you would have from CME Strategies. I'm going to pause here also to just give you another example, but I'm not going to go all the way through it. So let's say you have we're going to reduce the materials, packaging materials from construction work on the site. And I like to just read for you some examples of what would be the process. So let's say you enroll your vendors for packaging materials with that in mind, like they have sustainable materials. You estimate the quantity of waste that's going to be produced from your project. And then you also decide you're going to review your bill of materials that's needed. Your project manager is going to do that and understand the estimated cost, all of that. You're going to make sure you don't over purchase so that you don't have too much waste. And then let's say on the day of construction, some of your process steps could be having a daily log where you notate that we collected the waste and categorize the waste. How do you want to categorize it? Make a step for that, whether it's recyclable, whether it's reusable, whether it's discard. All of those things could be part of your process. And then of course, in that particular example, like your output would be your record, your daily logs, as well as a report to your C-suite or to your client, because a lot of clients these days are very intrigued with sustainability and your environmental impact for your work when you're doing construction work. So again, you could take that process in the middle and now value stream map it with an expert. This is something you can do. You can do this today. I will say for the purpose of today though, pick just one process and go all the way across. All right, so yeah, I'm Hadassah Illy from CME Strategies. We are your partners for squeezing out efficiencies to give you an easier life and easier operations. Thank you.